his mother's fire helmet. My helmet fit great, thanks to my thick hair. My daddy always says our family originated from the Nubia region, and that's where we get our good looks and even better hair. The smoke-eater helmets were different from firefighters, and that ours also had cheek guards, like Roman centurions wore way back when. "What's taking so long up there?" Zhao asked through my helmet radio. He'd stayed in his seat at the wheel. "Just trying to get a good shot." I swallowed at a dry mouth. The lie had already left my lips. The propeller heads, the scientists, working with us smoke-eaters, had called this particular type of dragon a smaug. As we'd been driving out to the settlement, it was attacking. The propeller heads radioed that it was a run-of-the-mill, four-legged fantasy-type dragon. Nothing a single company couldn't handle. Now, I'm not saying this dragon wasn't dangerous. Fire breath, slashing claws, and jaws that could snap a redwood in half is nothing to thumb your nose at. But I'd dealt with scalies in the past that shot gooey wads that would pin you to the ground before they ate your face off, and aqueous types that boiled the water within 10 feet around it. All I'm saying is that this dragon was within my comfort zone to battle, and I wanted some action. Want it? Hell, I craved it. The smaug must have had the same idea, because its circular pattern was getting smaller and smaller, and it never stopped glaring at me. It even flexed its brow, bunching the muscles underneath its horns in a "let's do this, motherfucker" sort of way. All I had to do was wait for it to land and charge me. Then I'd tear it up with the laser cannon fixed to my power suit's right arm. "Come on, bitch," I whispered to the dragon. "What did you call me?" Zhao asked. "Incast," I said, cutting our radio connection. This was none of his business. This was between me and the smaug. "Williams!" Captain Kiesling stumped around Slayer 10, trying to get my attention. "If you don't shoot that dragon right now, I'm going to write you up." Shiver me timbers, what a threat. As Kiesling finished his grand ultimatum, the smaug suddenly raised one wing, turned away from us, and soared off into the sunset, its pronged tail flicking at the wind. Kiesling crunched across the ashes toward the fleeing dragon, as if he'd take flight himself and chase after it. He stopped and yelled toward the dying red sun. "Just great. Now we have to start over." He turned and pointed up to me. "Get down from there, Williams. What the hell is going on with you today?" Truth be told, I'd been feeling this way for over a month. I thought I could get used to being basically a scaly dog catcher, but I missed the feeling that flooded my body after a successful dragon fight. Like orgasmic hot ice. It didn't matter how exhausted I was after the effort. Actually, that just made it even better. It put me in a trance-like state where I could relive the fight without leaving the couch. I'd forgotten what it meant to truly be a smoke-eater. We were born with the ability to breathe dragon smoke and resist heat. Now we drove around sniping scalies without any of the fun, without any dragon fire warming my face. Things had changed, and not for the better. I began to make my way off the top of the Slayer, but Kiesling wasn't done grilling me. "When we get back, we're going straight to Chief Brannigan's office." I hadn't decided if I was going to apologize and play the supplication card, or if I was going to smart off. I didn't get the chance to do either. First came the blazing roar of the smaug. Then there was the distinct whiz of air, the sound of something flying very fast and speeding toward us. I only had time to say, "Oh, shit!" and hit my power suit's jump button before leaping off Slayer 10 as the smaug plowed into it head first. My suit's thrusters lowered me to the ground, and I turned to see what had happened. Slayer 10, black painted with purple emergency lights, rolled several times across the ground. Its windows shattered and tossed pieces of glass everywhere. Giles' voice